Welcome to the Cell Soul Source podcast. I'm Jackie, a chiropractor, yogi, and Akashic reader, and I'm here to activate healing in light workers of all kinds so they can serve from an empowered place and fulfill their purpose with ease, awe, and wonder. Today we're going to be diving into a very common topic: why you're stuck in cycles of burnout, and most importantly, how to break out. So this is something that I was stuck in for, I'm going to say 20 years. So I have lots of experience with this. But before we start, I want to start with a fun little giveaway. If you leave a review for this podcast, take a screenshot and send it to me on Instagram, I am going to pick one winner who can join the Nurture Mini Mind for free. I will pick that winner just before it starts on the 11th of November, 11/11. So I will pick just before. So make sure you leave a review, send a screenshot so that I can pick someone before we start. Now, the Nurture Mini Mind is a 6-day live event. You do not have to attend the trainings live. They will be audio drops that you can listen to at your own convenience, but we will be auditing the same things on the same day together. And we'll be auditing the energy leaks that keep you in this cycle of burnout, overwhelm, and exhaustion. And when you dissolve all the blocks on every level using a simple and strategic framework, and honestly, this framework you can use for anything. You can use it for health. You can use it for relationships. You can use it, I'm using it around money. You can use it around investing. You can use it for anything once you understand this framework. But we are going to use it to make you the healer who oozes with energy, always, is completely turned on by the work that you do, while transforming people's lives. So this isn't just you feeling rested and good when you're on holiday or at the weekends, and then you go back to work and you feel completely battered through the week. This is you oozing energy. It becomes who you are at home, at work, with friends, with family, with the dogs. It doesn't matter. It just becomes your new standard. So if that sounds like a bit of you, the link for Nurture is below this, but also there's a chance to join it for free. Now, if you are a healer and you're listening to this, you are already good at what you do. People tell you that all the time. Oh, you're a magician. Oh, aren't you lovely? They tell you all the time. But I can't wait to see how good you'll be when you have the time and energy to take care of yourself first. Now, when I said that, I want you to notice what happened. What kind of feedback did you get in your physical body? Maybe your body contracted. Maybe it slouched. Maybe your eyebrows lifted. Maybe you had thoughts from your emotional body like, oh, I feel selfish. Taking care of myself first. Healers don't do that. Without any judgment or concern, just notice what happened, because that is feedback. That is the stuff that we can start to leverage in order for you to claim back this time and energy that you so desperately desire. Now imagine having time to exercise regularly so that your body feels strong and resilient, instead of your job taking its toll on your body. So for example, you might be a yoga teacher with, groin pain. Hamstring pain is pretty common. Your hamstrings originate up on your sit bones, they're really high. So that is quite a common thing for yoga teachers to deal with. Or maybe you're a body worker, you've got sacroiliac pain, your hips hurt. Imagine having time to cook the food you actually want to eat so that you feel nourished and well fed. Instead of the grab and go stuff you're having now because that's all you can face. You literally get home late, you have no time, you have no energy, you throw something quick together. Usually it's processed and something that you wouldn't choose to eat, but you literally can't face anything else. And it all becomes very rinse and repeat. Imagine having the energy to show up at your best at work, because we already do that. But imagine also being able to show up at your best at home. Instead of giving everything you got at work and then crashing on the sofa at home. So your family kind of gets the rotten end of the stick because you just don't have anything left by the time you get home. And this becomes that time where, you know, a family member, your partner, your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, your friend says, oh, I've got this issue and it's your wheelhouse. And a little bit inside of you goes, oh no, because you don't have the energy to engage your brain at home and give the people that you love the most some help and advice. And so then you start to feel bad again and you go into that spiral again. It doesn't make you a bad person. It means you're in burnout. Imagine having free time for spontaneity and fun. Remember those two words? I certainly got to the point where any kind of playtime, socializing, it felt like a chore. It felt like more pressure. On what planet does playtime and socializing equal a chore? You know something's wrong when that's the case. Imagine having passion again, passion for your healing art. Imagine having a lustful life, a zestful life again, instead of just going through the motions because healers should. And there's this conditioning, this undercurrent that it's expected. If you're a healer, you'll live in a life of service no matter what, even when it's to your own detriment. You'll say yes to a person in need, never mind your own needs. It's kind of expected and everybody's doing it, so it seems normal. But at the root of this, the reason that you're doing this is there's a frequency embedded in your field that makes it very difficult for you to say no and ask for what you want instead. So other ways this blockage and this frequency is showing up in your life, I've already mentioned the sacroiliac issues, the hip issues. So those are in your physical body. You might even have kind of menstrual issues. Those would live in the physical body also. You feel overwhelmed because you just always have this mountain of work to get through. And you feel like a slave to your diary, like it runs your life. And it doesn't matter if you have your own business, you work for someone else, you work in the private sector, the public sector. It doesn't matter if you feel like a slave to your diary. I ran my own diary, you know, and I still put myself under that kind of pressure. The receptionist would say to me, can I book this person in? I would roll my eyes. I would slump. Oh, yes. And I'd say the word yes, even though there was no space to put that patient, or it was going to eat into my lunch, or I had to stay late. So even if you are in charge of your diary, you will still do this to yourself. It shows up as work seeming kind of ordinary. Like there's just no pleasure in it for you anymore. You feel like you should, you feel like you're obliged to, you feel like it's almost a burden, but there is definitely no pleasure in it for you. It shows up as no time for you, no white space, no free time. You might even feel resentful that you're a healer. I will admit to you that there were times when I just thought, I just want to go and do a job where there's no responsibility and I don't even have a skill. Because the fact that I did have responsibility and I did have a skill meant I had to keep doing it even when I didn't want to. Classic signs of this blockage. Classic. You always seem to be going over in your sessions or staying late or giving extra advice. And that leads to exhaustion because you keep giving and giving and giving. And remember when I said at the beginning about taking care of yourself first, you think that's selfish. This blockage makes you think that it's selfish for you to take care of yourself first. And that's what keeps driving these cycles of burnout. But when you have the time to take care of yourself and the energy to take care of yourself and the space to take care of yourself, being a healer will set your soul on fire again. It'll bring back that passion, that lust, that zest for life that you're missing. Because of instead of working from a depleted place, draining your own resources, your battery always being in the red, you will have a full cup. And that's when your body will feel that, Goldilocks perfect zone of strong and mobile. And then a day of clients feels light instead of taking its toll on your body. It feels easy. You flow through your day. You'll only volunteer for things that amplify your zone of genius. Whereas now you are putting your hands up for things that have nothing to do with you. They are not yours to do, but you've lost the ability to discern that. When you clear this blockage, you will only volunteer for things that amplify you. So your medicine explodes, your clients benefit, their results get faster and easier. You'll start to be creative. Honestly, that tap turns on like a fire hydrant. I had no idea I was creative. I had no idea. And when I dissolved this blockage, it just started flowing, just pouring ideas from I don't know where. But I had to start, writing myself notes and leaving myself voice memos and all sorts, because there was just such an overflow of ideas and creativity. And that spills into your sessions so that you love them, your clients love them. Instead of things feeling ordinary, now you're thinking about extraordinary. And your genius gets to amplify. So, it becomes a collaborative relationship with you and your clients. So you both benefit, you both up level. And your day becomes more spacious with free time for you, which means you can enjoy that cup of coffee in peace while it's still warm. And after drinking cold coffee on the go for years, that is pure joy and bliss. You'll be able to flow through your day with ease instead of forcing and pushing, watching the clock all the time. Oh, I'm late. I better hurry up. There's that forcing, pushing, leaning in energy. But when you dissolve this, it's the laid back energy. It's the cruising through your day. Nothing's an issue. Nothing wobbles you. And that's when you'll experience all the bliss and joy in your sessions, in your clients, in your family, in your social life. So it feels great to be a healer, but it also, seeps into those times outside of being a healer. And now you go to bed satisfied because you're actually doing the work that sets your soul on fire, which is the work you're on the planet right now to do. If it sets your soul on fire, that's why you're here. And that's what we're looking for. We want every single healer in that energy. And if we're all doing what we're on the planet right now to do, how incredible would that be? That would be delicious. So if you have already realized that you say yes a lot of the time when you actually mean no, you'll know it's not actually as easy as just saying no and asking for what you want instead. Those of us that have had this blockage will understand that. You'll know that when you say no, or when you go to ask for what you really want, maybe your chest tightens, or your heart rate doubles, or it skips a beat. Maybe your mouth goes dry. Your physical body will give you feedback. And then you'll start to feel bad. You'll start telling yourself you're a bad therapist. Your emotional body will go, oh, you're selfish. You're a selfish person. So either you don't say it in the first place and you keep saying yes, doing things that you don't want to do, or you'll cave. So in neither situation, you win. But once you dissolve this block, you will be able to hold your boundaries around your time, around your energy, without getting feedback from your energy body saying, this feels icky. This doesn't feel good. This must be wrong. It's not wrong. You're just blocked. So this is exactly what we're covering in the Nurture Mini Mind from every angle. And I'm going to help you uncover all the ways you're leaking energy and help you dissolve all the little blocks that prevent you from living, but specifically working in a surplus of time, energy, and free space for yourself while you're working with your dream humans, while you are creating transformations with people. It's possible to have both. It's not an either or thing. Either I get to have time and energy, or I get to be a good healer. You get to have both. You get to have it all. But you've got to move through this stuff first. So, as always, leave me any questions on Instagram. Leave the screenshot of your review if you want to join the Nurture Minima, and possibly for free. Otherwise, the link will be down below. I would love to see you inside. I am so excited about this. This is literally the work that I did behind the scenes. And I've said before, it's not massive swinging changes like you're trying to turn the Titanic. It's things that you can fit into your already busy day. I shall leave it there, and I very much look forward to connecting with you on the next podcast. I am rooting for you. We rise together. If you feel called, please rate and review. I would really appreciate that.